I'm sure I don't need to remind you all of what life was like in the early days of the pandemic, the panic, the lack of information, and the desperate need for personal protective equipment. And then Deputy Mayor Vicky Bean connected us to the wonderful Amy Boyle. Amy and I held late-night conversations over weeks to figure out how to get PPE to our community. Then Amy worked her magic to make lots and lots of PPE appear. And she kept it coming, authorizing shipments from DCAS week after week, month after month to help protect our community. Amazing. We also needed an address, where to send it. As many of you remember, at first that address was my apartment building, an imperfect system at best. And then came Michael Rosen of Breaking Ground. He came up with the brilliant and generous idea of using the not yet in construction 90 Sands building as a delivery spot. He then came up with the brilliant and generous means of distributing it. He and his team at 90 Sands set aside 3 mornings a week to literally do the heavy lifting. The two have become literal saviors of our community ever since. Amy securing and Michael and his team distributing 6 million masks, 700,000 pairs of gloves, 200 cases of hand sanitizer. Michael and Amy, we cannot thank you enough, but we're going to try.
Thank you, Amy, for all you've done to keep New Yorkers safe. In a crisis, you need people who can really get things done, and you are so effective, you're so compassionate, you know how to get things done, and most of all, you care deeply about getting New Yorkers everything that they deserve. So thank you from the city, thank you from all its residents, and thank you for being on my team.
Thank you, Michael and Amy, for keeping our staff and clients safe during these difficult times.
The PPEs are vital in keeping us and the people we serve safe and protected.
Like me. When things were looking grim and nobody had PPE, you hooked us up. You saved lives.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for all our PPEs.
We're so grateful to Michael and Amy for the hard work that they contributed in getting these supplies delivered to all of our staff and our residents.
I'd like to add the voices of our 1,500 employees to the heartfelt thanks to Amy Boyle and Michael Rosen.
Thanks to the tireless dedication of Amy and Michael, we have been able to prevent the spread of COVID-19.
For the masks, the gloves, our programs are so grateful.
Your quick distribution of PPE has saved lives.
What would we do without you? We had nothing. The email came from Cynthia and voila.
We truly appreciate it, our residents appreciate it, and thank you very much.
Thank you, Michael Rosen.
Thank you, Amy Boyle.
For all the hard work and dedication you have put in.
Keep up the good works. Thank you.
Thank you.
Really, they're just such a blessing, and they truly are a help to us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for protecting me and keeping my home and peers safe.
Thanks, Amy and Michael, for the PPE.
Thank you for all of your hard work over the last 6 months and helping us take care of our tenants.
With sincere gratitude and thanks.
Thank you, Michael and Amy. Thank you.
I'm truly thankful to Shinny for this award. You are a critical partner in the work that we do to house New Yorkers and keep them safe during this pandemic. And I look forward to continuing our work together. The fact is, when I think of COVID heroes, I don't think of myself. I think of Shinny's own Cynthia Stewart, who turned her apartment into a PPE distribution center in the midst of a pandemic. And I think of all the other amazing people who are being honored today. You are all awesome. With that in mind, I humbly accept this award. Thank you to Shinny, and thank you to my colleagues at City Hall, HPD, the Department of Health, the Office of Emergency Management, and many, many others who have tirelessly worked to prevent the spread of COVID-19. I'm honored to accept this award on behalf of an amazing team of public servants who work for the city. Thank you.
At the beginning of the pandemic, we were all competing for the same PPE. Masks, gloves, hand sanitizer. We were driving the prices higher, and yet we still felt that we were just weeks or even days away from not being able to protect our staff and our clients. And that's a scary place for us to be. Fortunately, Amy Boyle and the mayor's office teamed up with the network to address this. My Breaking Ground colleague, Lorenzo Torres, has been by my side throughout this process, and both of us agree that we've seen it bring out the best in people. We forged relationships with our fellow nonprofit housing providers across the city and seen their willingness to help one another. We've worked with the professionals at DCAS, and their enthusiasm for this project has been inspiring. But most importantly, we know that this exercise will help keep people safe, and that's the most important thing. We're very grateful for that. So thank you to the network for trusting us with this, and please stay safe and remember to wear your masks.